Yeah, it's another one of those where you're looking at the title and it's just a big old WTF. Well, two things. First, minor callback to the last episode. Very minor. And B, people who listen all the way to the very, very end shall be rewarded. Always. We're like a Marvel movie. Except not. Although, speaking of Marvel, about half of this episode is us talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And we're talking about it with my super nerdy husband. So, brace yourself for that sexy voice. You ready? Let's do it. Ha! A clue! Welcome to Pitney and Amelia's Bitchen Boutique.
We may be awful, but
we're right. So, hi. Oh my god, so,
so here we are.
And it sounds different, and we know it sounds different, because we are, in the same place as the last episode, but this is weird for us, because we're recording this first. It's hard. It's very hard for us on our brains, because we're at Frightmare.
But it hasn't actually started yet.
It hasn't happened yet. But we had to record... Well, we had to record 2 episodes while we were here because Pitney, after Frightmare's over, Pitney's going to Kerrville for a little bit. He's hanging out in Texas a little longer, and he's not going home, so we wouldn't have time to record an episode.
Yeah, my 4-day trip turned into an 11-day trip.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, so... Then, the episode after this one, I guess I'm sure there will be adventures that y'all will have to hear about for that. But...
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. There'll be crazy shit to talk about at Kerrville for sure.
I mean, right now, the only thing we know is that the forecast is saying it's going to rain on his ass, which it always does at Kerrville, so I'm sure he will be up to his knees in mud, probably.
I would be sad if it didn't rain at Kerrville. That's such a part of it. It doesn't bother me at all,
Only, this time you won't have spread manure all over your campsite, so,
Oh, God.
The smell of damp manure.
Oh my God, yes.
And so, so this hotel, we'll just say, this hotel, the Texican Court.
This is the Texican Court,
The Texican Court in Irving. If you have the means, I highly recommend you stay here.
It's pretty fabulous, actually.
I know you're thinking, why would I ever go to Irving, Texas? And I understand that. You should go to Irving, Texas, just so you can stay at this hotel and hang out here and just sort of walk around this area and just stay at this hotel because it's so cute and the pool is fabulous and the fire pit is fabulous. And
again, I walked around the district last night and went bar hopping.
Yeah.
And there's lots of restaurants, lots of bars. There's a dance club that I totally was not going to go into, and I never will, but no, it's really cool.
Yeah, it's all very cool. And a lot of you are, younger than us, so you would do those things.
And they had...
I would just sit in the pool.
Yeah.
The pool has, lounges in the pool, built into the pool, which I'm looking forward to lounging on.
Yeah, but they had this big, where the Alamo Draft House is down there.
Right down the street.
There's a big grassy field in front of it with all these benches and, a sand in the middle for people to play whatever they're going to play. And it's just surrounded by bars.
Oh, God, that's crazy.
And it's really cool. And I was like, this is so awesome. I wish I had this in San Jose. Except nobody was there. I mean, granted, it was a Thursday night.
Well, yeah.
But nobody was there. But
right.
it was still entertaining.
And I would not have expected Irving to have this. Frightmare moving here was kind of like, Irving? Really? But yeah, apparently Irving's pretty fucking cool, I guess.
And I would think that...
I bet it's cool because the Cowboys left.
Maybe.
That's why Irving can be nice, because the fucking football team isn't here anymore.
And I would think that District is probably cool on a Friday or Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to go down there tonight or tomorrow again. But, saw it, done it.
No.
Yeah, anyway.
But, we're at a con, so, hooray!
We are, and
it's
it's
awesome.
Glorious.
Yes.
And we have orange vintage refrigerators in every room.
Well, retro.
Well, new, yeah.
Retro.
Yeah, they're new, but retro, yes.
Yes. Smegs. They're very cute, and everything's cute, and it's awesome. But anyway, we're doing a show, so...
Yeah, so let's get to it.
We could just sit here talking about how cute this room is forever,
yes,
but
we won't.
So, and there is music being played at the pool. I don't think y'all can hear it. I probably will find out later when I go back and edit, and I'll probably be like, oh God, you can hear the music. I don't think I'm hearing it.
There might be a little boom boom, but that's okay.
Yeah, for the most part, it's pretty quiet. But everyone, they might play a song that's really exciting, and everybody in the pool might start, singing or something.
Like I said, I did just see people dancing in the pool, which I'm very excited by, and that is going to be us in a couple hours.
Oh,
so, yes.
Lordy, yeah.
And Philionel doesn't know it yet, but he's going to dance in the pool with us.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have a guest on this episode a little later. He's over there on the bed, my husband.
Philionel.
Who is finding out in this moment that Pitney's going to call him Philionel. So we're just going to go with that.
And he's studiously non-reacting.
No, he's just being very still. He's going to come on in a little bit to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah.
But first, I think we're going to get some business out of the way.
Yes.
Our regular little features, and we're going to talk about what's bitchin' with us. Would you like to talk about what's bitchin' with you first?
Sure.
Sure. What's bitchin' with you, Pitney?
So what's totally bitchin' right now is the fact that I am here in Texas at this particular con.
Ooh.
And everybody smokes.
Oh my God, there's so much smoking.
And it makes me so happy. Everybody is smoking. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people are smoking.
This is a very smoking-heavy convention.
Everybody is sitting outside of the hotel rooms with cigarettes.
Most of the rooms have, rocking chairs outside their doors.
Yes, with little tables.
And everybody's just sitting outside with, a beer in their hand and a cigarette in the other hand.
Yeah, and
Everyone.
It is, and everybody is smoking, and it's fabulous, and it's because you don't get this in San Jose.
Oh, God,
You're
no.
like a fucking pariah for being a smoker in San Jose.
Oh, yeah.
So this is just I'm letting the flag fly high, because everybody is smoking here, and everybody's walking around with beers.
Yeah. I was literally handed a cold beer when I checked in. She was like, would you like a beer?
See, they didn't give me one.
I was like, I would love a beer.
Right.
I would really, really love a beer right now, because we had just driven through Dallas, and that's really stressful.
Yeah, and the most fabulous thing, when I was on the way to this room to meet you to do this, right?
Yes.
What did I see but a woman walking by with a Bota box, which is like a box of wine, with a big giant straw sticking out of the top, and she was carrying the Bota box of wine, sipping it like a sippy cup out of a straw.
Like a Capri Sun for adults.
And it made me so happy, and I'm like, yes, I'm with the right kind of people.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Oh my God. Yes, that is bitchin'. That is bitchin' as hell. Mine is not quite like that. Mine is very different. My bitchin' thing is something that happened a couple weeks ago. So, y'all know I take care of my dad sometimes. And my dad, who has in the past had moments of being extremely homophobic, extremely, he's had his moments. But over the years, mostly because I've threatened him and forced him to straighten his ass up.
But he's grown, and I think the turning point, remember, he became friends with Steve.
Because we made him.
When Steve came to your parents' house, him and your dad were just talking away, and I think that was a big turning point for your dad.
Because I fucking forced him.
Yeah.
Because I threatened to not ever come over to the house again because he was being an asshole.
Yeah.
But, so what happened recently was, so everybody knows all this shit that's going on in the news and all these laws that are getting passed, and of course in Texas, banning gender affirming care and stuff like that. And like a lot of the language is like the kind of stuff that a 92-year-old man doesn't really get. He knows that it's about that kind of stuff, but he doesn't know what it means.
Yeah.
So one day I was over there to make his breakfast and stuff, and he had finished eating his breakfast, but he was reading the Sunday paper, and completely out of the blue, he just asked me to explain to him, like, just what all this stuff is and what's going on.
Oh, how fabulous, really.
Yeah, and I was like, well, and of course I'm immediately thinking, well, you picked the right daughter to explain this to you.
Totally.
Because I actually know, because I actually know people and I pay attention and I have resources and but I was, because I was there and because he has a smart TV and my phone has the ability to, I can just send things to his TV.
Yeah.
While I was trying to explain things like puberty blockers, and because a lot of it has to do with kids, and I was saying how, I can't understand what it's like as a kid to feel like it's wrong, but I can understand what it's like to feel like I'm not ready for this.
Yeah.
And if I had known that it was possible, if it would have been possible for me to go through puberty a couple years later than I did, that would have been nice, you know. And that kids are going through it so much, younger and younger with every generation, and it's like that puberty blockers are not just for trans kids, they're for kids who are going through it at like 7-8 years old.
See, that's nuts. Yeah.
And because he doesn't know about any of this shit, because why would he? It's been a very long time since he's had kids, and he doesn't, and even it's been a long time since he's had grandkids, and he doesn't know about anything that's going on now. And so we just sort of talked about, and he was talking about a kid that he grew up with and explaining this family and talking about this one kid in their family named Marion, and Marion was always different from the other kids, and Marion was this and Marion was that, and was Marion like that? And I said, well, Marion would have to answer that question, Dad. I said, but Marion might have been. And I kind of explained that, there wasn't always language to explain a lot of the things that people can explain. I explained all this stuff to him, and he was he was still kind of confused, but he was gradually getting. And then I started talking about, because he was very concerned about like the hormones, like he wasn't really getting it.
Yeah.
And then I thought, because he wasn't really sure how hormones could do as much, if not more, than like surgery could do. That like hormones are way more important than a lot of other things. Yeah. And I said, would you be interested in watching a video that a person would have put together of their own transition just on hormones?
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if any of our listeners know who Jamie Raines is, Jammy Dodger, who's a YouTuber and he has all kinds of different social media stuff. But Jamie started doing videos like when he started doing testosterone injections when he was, 17, 18, whatever he was, and started doing like, okay, well, tomorrow I'm gonna go on T, and so I thought maybe I'd make a little video. And he just started doing these little video blog things, and he just kind of kept doing it, and it just sort of turned into like a whole career for him. But he has taken those videos and spliced them together to make like, just a couple seconds here, a couple seconds there. Okay. And you can watch like 10 years of transition in a matter of minutes. And Dad was like, yeah, I'd be interested in watching that.
Oh, interesting.
And so he got to watch, and I decided to show a guy instead of a girl.
Yeah.
Because I think that transformation is more interesting, and it's something that he wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
And watching sort of a kind of butch-ish looking girl, but clearly feminine, and then just turning into, no question, you would if you saw him walking down the street, you wouldn't think for a second that wasn't a guy. And that was, and then after he saw that, I showed him some other videos from the Jammy Dodger account of like him and his then fiance, now wife, Shaba, explaining to her two younger sisters, explaining basically him coming out as transgender to these two little girls who were like, I think 7 years old, and watching the little girls' reaction and listening to their questions and how they answered them. And like Dad was able to just watch that conversation. And
wow, I'm really surprised. Wow.
That was like 60 to 90 minutes of a conversation that I had with my dad. And
that's interesting.
And the reason it's my bitchin' is because, like, I don't think I would have ever thought that I would have ever had that conversation with him.
Oh, no.
Because it's hard to have, and Philionel over there, hi, he knows how, if I want to have a conversation with my dad about something, it is so hard to get his attention. It is so, even if Dad starts a conversation, conversations stop very quickly. Like,
really?
He does not, he does not focus well, but that conversation went on for a really long time, and he was really interested.
That is...
Honestly, he's 92.
Well, yeah, he's 92.
Yeah.
But
that is really... Yeah.
That was kind of mind-blowing.
I think that's really cool. And I'm kind of surprised, but not utterly, because I've seen his transformation over the years. You know.
But
I still think he's iffy about me. He still doesn't particularly like me that much, but I think in general he's better about the whole issue.
he understands. Well, now that he has to spend so damn much time with the Duchess's little gay bestie.
Oh, that's
well.
True.
Luckily, he's moving to Europe later this year, so we won't have to deal with that anymore.
God, what is she gonna do?
Well, she's helping him move. She's going with him.
Oh.
And then they're going to Paris together.
Oh, Lord. Wow.
That was when I asked, when I found out about that trip, that was when I asked my dad, like, do you think there's something going on? And that was when Dad goes, well, he is gay. And I'm like, oh, is he? Oh, okay. Because that was the first time I found out about that. Anyway,
so weird. Yes.
But,
But that is totally bitchin' though.
That's pretty bitchin'.
Yes.
Are you into the spooky and macabre?
Is your inner witch dying to learn more about what makes the world magical?
Do you occasionally crave nerdy horror content from film and RPGs?
Well, have we got a podcast just for you.
Join the squad at Mission Spooky where Geeky,
JC,
And Cord.
research some of the scariest historical places from Pennsylvania.
listen to our ghost stories and legends.
Learn as we delve into the world of history, magic, and folklore.
And be entertained with our D&D 5e RPG segment, Cordverse Cryptid.
Find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts and follow us on Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
And remember, stay spooky.
And don't die.
But if you do, contact us.
Beautiful.
We did it in one, baby.
I think that's fucking golden.
Yeah, we're so professional.
This Dallas sucks.
It always going to say it always.
Oh, it sucks so much ass, Dallas.
Same goes for Houston.
Yes. Houston also sucks. Anyway, well, welcome to the show.
Oh, we're still recording? Okay.
We never stop. Things get edited out.
Okay.
Spike, do not jump off the bed. Dumbass.
Hang on.
I'm sorry.
Oh, he's tempted. Yes.
We brought the dog on the trip. Hi, honey. He's being so good, my angel. He's being so good. He's not barking. He had a poop and a pee earlier. He's such a good boy. Anyway, as I was saying before Spike decided to make me scared because I thought he was going to jump off the bed, I wanted to welcome my darling husband to the show. It's only been 8 years.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Because, well, on the day we're recording this, tomorrow is actually our 8th anniversary. It's the anniversary of the posting of the first episode is tomorrow.
Oh, I guess so.
8th anniversary.
Yep. Wow.
By the time y'all hear this, it'll be
nuts.
it'll
Yes.
be
Wow. Okay.
2 weeks
It'll be
later.
fast.
No, 3 weeks later.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I know. It's nuts.
And
But-
how many shows is that?
This episode is 185.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yepperoni. Anyway, but we brought my cutie pie husband onto the show because all three of us recently saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and we all really liked it. So let's talk about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Spoiler warnings.
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah, we're totally fucking spoiling it. Y'all will have seen it by now. It's been out for
I would
weeks.
think, yeah. If anybody,
Yeah,
And-
but still.
yes.
There's always that one lone person
Yeah, but
that's waiting to see it and hasn't
And I
seen it
know-
and listens and they get angry.
Yeah.
right.
Well.
and I understand that because this was the first movie that Philionel and I went to the theater to see. We realized since Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, think of how
Oh.
disappointing that was.
Yeah, if we had only known
Yeah.
that was the last time we were gonna be in the theater. And God, there was almost no one there at Guardians of the Galaxy.
There was less than 10 people there.
Yeah. And the family that was sitting next to him, they just sort of up and vanished.
Well, I think their kid was acting up. That's
Was he? I didn't hear a thing.
Well, the thing was with the couple had a small child, and I think the kid was being antsy, and the husband got up and picked him up to hold him, and then he just casually just walked out, and then the mother kind of followed suit like 5 minutes
See,
later.
I didn't even notice them leaving. I didn't even notice.
I was looking to see if they actually moved to a different seat, because there's plenty of empty seats.
Yeah.
Right.
But no,
Yeah, because they had the seats
right next to us.
Right next to us. Because we
With
were
an empty
top.
theater.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
that's
because
how,
you
yeah.
picked, because
you
I
picked the
picked
seat.
the
You
best
picked the
seats.
seats,
I
yeah.
picked the best damn seats
Yeah.
in the house,
Yeah.
and they picked the seats next to the best seats in
anyway.
the house.
Yeah, when I went, there were 6 of us in the whole theater. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But if there was
people...
a child, I'm sorry, if a child acts up, you savagely pinch it until it stops.
Well, see, and
that just aggravates the situation.
Because I didn't realize that they had left. I thought, because I know that there were times in the movie, because I wasn't expecting, certain gorific fabulousness.
Yeah.
Like the guy's face being ripped off and stuff, which I
that
loved,
it,
And I remember thinking, oh, I bet you're glad you brought your kid to this, but they were already gone by that time.
Well, it's PG-13, and he was not 13 years old.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know it was PG-13.
Most of them are.
And that would have, I think that scene would have freaked out a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it would have. I would have really freaked out. But Red Skull would have freaked me out when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a very freak-outable
And
kid.
I was excited that the first Marvel movie that has the word fuck in it, I was very excited by that.
Oh my god.
Well, wait till Deadpool 3 comes around.
Yeah, I'm
That's
sure.
That's going to be a Marvel movie. No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's going to be officially Marvel? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, but those movies are R, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. Oh my god.
But yeah, I was like, did Star-Lord just say fucking? Yes, he did. And I thought it was so exciting.
And it was so, like, if you're going to put fuck in a movie and it's just get in the fucking car, like, it's not like, it's not like
anything big of it.
Yeah.
Right, it wasn't, it was the way most people say fuck. It wasn't like, oh, we're going to make some big line out of it.
Yeah.
It's just like the way it's just get in the fucking car,
And I like it. They had the actual other word. They said asshole once,
yes,
as opposed to a-hole, which they always say in those movies.
Yeah.
Well, for Galaxies, for Guardians of the Galaxy movies, there is profanity. In all of them. But it's something that maybe your grandmother might say.
Yeah, but it's veiled profanity. Yes.
I know grandmothers that would say those things.
I know, but
I think what is it? My favorite thing is like when he's like reading the message from Star-Lord, and he's like, "Well, I may be a dick, but I'm not a total a-hole."
Yeah.
Or was it the opposite of that? But I thought that was so funny.
Oh my god.
Or I might be an a-hole, but I'm not a total dick. It was one of the others.
Those things, yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you remember that?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Those movies are so great. And I will just say that I went on, of course I went online and I'm always looking to see what people think, because every time I totally love a movie, a Marvel movie, there's always going to be people who are like, it was okay.
Oh.
But there were a lot of people who were saying, oh, easily top 5 best Marvel movies ever.
Yeah, that's
and I'm like, damn, that's really like there are people who are like, thank God for James Gunn. Like James Gunn,
they capped it off, appropriately.
Yeah.
And that there's people who are like, because DC can't make a good movie to save their fucking lives, and
Wonder Woman was a good movie.
Yeah, the first one.
Well,
yeah,
you just made a blanket statement. Yeah. DC can't make it.
But think of how many movies there have been.
There have been a few. Yeah. And most of them haven't been.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
But Wonder Woman was fun.
But because a lot of those DC people are being like, oh, James Gunn's gonna come over, he's gonna tear everything apart, and it's like, you guys need
someone to do that.
He might make it better. Yeah.
Because
I'm actually excited to see some of the movies he's going to start putting.
Oh God.
There's going to be a Lobo movie, from my understanding.
Oh, see,
there's going to be a new Superman movie. I'm not all that crazy about, but he's the one that's going to direct it.
Right. I wouldn't be interested in anything, but if James Gunn is doing it, it's like I might give it a shot.
Yeah.
Because he has a sense of fun, but he also is really good at telling a story, and it's like he knows what he's doing in a way that apparently none of these other people know what they're doing.
Yeah. All you gotta do is watch Slither to know that he's a good director. Slither was one of the creepiest freaking movies I've ever seen.
You're such a cute nerd. My husband is so cute, you guys.
Yes. But
He's
anyway,
so nerdy.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Rocket!
I thought it was
Rocket's the best.
fabulous. I thought I was really shocked at a lot of the scenes. Like, totally would be too dramatic for kids to see.
Oh my god.
Like the animal scenes. And I think almost like as cute as their personalities were, I thought his animal friends in that horrible place, they were grotesque.
Yeah, it's Toy Story, the little baby.
It was very disturbing.
Toy.
Yeah.
The rabbit.
Mishmash.
It was disturbing.
I was so glad the rabbit kind of stayed in the dark.
Yeah.
Most of the time because
I was wanting him to shoot webs.
The rabbit was so upsetting. She really,
and I think that was deliberate because just the whole animal experimentation thing is so horrifying. I think it was on purpose.
Oh yeah,
that they made it, but it was really disturbing, and kids couldn't have handled that. I don't think.
Yeah. Teefs was so cute. Teefs was so fucking cute because I love walruses, but like.
But it was really fucking weird.
Was a walrus on wheels.
Yeah.
Yes. But like everything about that his cute little family in there, his little friends was just. It was so fucking tragic. It was just beyond upsetting. And it's the kind of thing where even though you pretty much know it's coming because you know nothing good could have happened to these characters.
Oh, totally.
But it doesn't matter because it's just you love them instantly. Like it's just you can't not love them because they're just so well.
Yeah, I wanted them to live, but obviously they couldn't have because we would have encountered them before, right?
Yeah.
But.
Well, my thinking of the movie, because this was supposed to be the last Guardians movie, and it was supposed to, tie off any kind of loose ends that were hanging around, because there weren't going to be any more of them. I was half expecting, that some people were going to get knocked off.
100%.
Oh, I was expecting, me too.
And, they teased it so much in the movie.
And the trailer made it look like, because everyone's crying all the time.
Yeah.
It's someone's dead.
Cheating you. It's like, no, we're just kidding. We're just kidding.
Yeah. There were so many points where I was like, oh, did we just lose? Oh, maybe not.
Right.
I was so bracing for people to be dead so many times. And then it was like, oh, they're fine. Okay.
It's like you wussed out. You pussied out,
But I'm glad nobody died.
And it's fine because the movie's still good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but
they didn't need to kill anybody. They didn't have to.
No.
But other than Rocket or Star-Lord, I wouldn't care if any of them died.
Oh, you wouldn't have cried if Mantis or Drax got axed?
Not really. I wouldn't care so much. But
if Gamora was killed off again, that'd been okay.
I totally wouldn't
care.
Because
she died already. But.
Yeah, we've already killed Gamora once.
Yeah.
And this Gamora's a bitch. So
yeah. I think I like this Gamora better than the original one, actually.
Well, the original one she was like this at first. I mean, she got too schmoopy, I guess.
Yeah, and I kind of hated her.
I would have probably shed a tear if Nebula died.
Yeah.
Considering how far she came.
Okay, you just said shed a tear. Can we talk about the fact that you don't cry?
Right.
We talk about the fact that you're completely dead inside,
Yeah.
and you Did you cry at all?
No.
Not once. Okay, because
I did
because I'm dead.
Because
inside.
we both, Pitney and I both cried numerous
But
times.
when I went with Sarah, she didn't cry at all either, and I was really surprised.
How do you not cry when the little baby raccoon eyes are looking up at you?
There's very few movies that move me enough to tear up.
Schindler's List.
Schindler's List is one of them, yes, but that rips your heart out.
Yeah.
But it didn't make you cry.
Yeah, it did.
You watch Schindler's List all the time, and I don't see you crying.
Well, that's because I'm inured to it. The first 2 or 3 times, each time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
All right,
Whatever. But I don't go to see movies to cry, okay?
I do.
I don't.
Crying is good.
I mean, I don't go to them for that, but it does. But but I cry at the end of episodes of the Smurfs. I do.
But yeah, I am dead inside. I admit to that.
You are dead inside.
It still didn't mean that I wasn't moved, but.
But I love how everybody really, everybody showed how much they loved him, and he knew it.
Oh my God!
And I think that was
they went through so much to save Rocket. Yeah.
Yeah, he actually. I think that it let his barriers down a little bit after he came back, so he could
because he realized
accept the fact that he was loved. Yeah.
Which raises a question, because at the moment it looks like that they're going to lose him. He's in the little white light area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's seeing his bestie and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And he's ready to go.
Oh, yeah. Because he wanted to be with her.
Was it cruel to bring him back, or was it cruel to let him go at that point?
It wasn't cruel to
because he would have been happy if he went.
I think it's always cruel to make people live.
Well, who
wants to live when they can die and have peace? I mean, come on.
But he gets to do both. He gets to go back to his friends, and he can go back to her. He still gets to go back to her. Oh,
that's true.
But he gets to go back to her with the knowledge. He gets to go back to Earth and his friends with the knowledge
that's waiting. Yeah.
That she's there waiting for him.
Oh, but I think
that she's okay.
Yeah, there's nothing crueler than saving somebody from a nice death.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not.
Let's not go there.
Let's not have that conversation. Because that opens up a whole other thing. But
then there's the ones that just want to go.
But I am glad that he's, that he survived, and
because
we will see the Guardians again, I guess, with him as a leader, or is that, or we just know that
the
Guardians are out there.
That's happening. Yeah.
There are no more Guardians movies, but see, that's the thing. Just because there's no more Guardians movies doesn't mean because Marvel characters show up in each. Star-Lord returns. We know that
supposedly. But
they ended the movie saying he did.
Yeah.
The end of the movie saying he was that Star-Lord was going to.
That's not a done deal yet.
Yeah, but it's going to be interesting to see how they.
It's just a reminder those characters can just pop up somewhere.
But I don't want him to be on Earth because how boring for him.
Well, he's being with his grandpa.
I know, but that'll wear off in about 3 weeks, and then
I really liked that him being reminded
of where he came from.
That he completely just sort of rewrote what happened in his head so that he didn't have to, so that he could just go farting around in the galaxy and not go back to Earth again because he was telling this story that was complete bullshit about his grandfather shoving him out of the room and being like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And it's like, you fucking liar. That totally didn't happen at all. And it's like, your grandfather lost his daughter and his grandson at the same time, and you're just like, fuck that guy. It's like, you have the ability to go back and see him, and all these years you're just like, eh. And it's like it took them to be like, you do realize you're kind of being an asshole to your grandfather.
Yeah.
And and it's like, oh, but he had to get through all this other shit before he could be like, okay, now I guess I'll go back and.
But it's kind of, I don't know. I think he's going to be bored on Earth. But I'm sure he's going to get involved with.
Oh, his grandfather's old. He'll die.
He's going to get involved with things and still have extraterrestrial adventures. You know what I mean?
I'm sure he has ways to contact people.
Oh, God, yeah.
I mean, S.H.I.E.L.D. is still on Earth.
Maybe him and Tony Stark will become lovers.
Tony Stark is dead.
Oh, did he die?
He's dead.
Do you not remember Endgame?
I can't. Those movies are too convoluted for me. I pay no attention when I watch the Avengers.
If you're gonna remember one thing about
what's that
Endgame,
asshole with the eye patch? I don't like his tone.
Nick Fury.
I do not like his tone.
You don't like Nick Fury?
I think Thor should have chopped his head off.
Oh, the other guy with the eye patch?
For disrespect. I did not like the way that Nick Fury spoke to the God of Thunder. I would have chopped his head off right then and there.
Yeah, but you would have told the God of Thunder to cut his damn hair.
Yeah. That's
so.
True.
I mean, who's being disrespectful now?
That's
when he decided he liked him.
Yeah, I do not like Nick Fury's tone, so I can't handle the Avengers movies.
Oh, you're not going to like the new series that's coming around.
Oh my God!
Which I'm totally excited about.
You still haven't seen Werewolf by Night.
Yeah.
You have catching up to do, dude.
Werewolf by Night. Can't say enough good stuff about it.
Oh God, I'll stick with the Thor movies and the Guardians. That's enough for me in the Guardians movies.
And Captain Marvel and the Marvelettes.
Marvelites. I'm gonna call them the Marvelites until I see.
I know.
When I see the movie.
It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be interesting to see if it does well. If it does as well as it should, because some of the the more incel of the Marvel audience won't go see that movie because it's about chicks, right? Even though all they think about is
weird
chicks,
is they'll
they won't
go
see it.
and then they'll just downvote it everywhere on the internet where it doesn't matter.
So that's going to be interesting, don't you think?
Because they think clicking a down thumb on YouTube matters.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Because they're children.
The Bitchen Boutique.
Yes.
I think we need to give them a thing, Spike. We can give them a drop that they can play on their
Yes,
show.
I think we've got to find some time and get time to do that.
Right now. I think we should do it right now. Look, I'll show you how easy it is, Spike. Watch this. I'm just going to do it live.
Okay, do it live.
Like that bloke screams. I'm just going to do it live. Watch this. Hi, this is Dr. Dan from the Two Skeptical... I can't do it now. Look, I can't speak. Too much pressure. I'll try again. Take 52. Hi, this is Dr. Dan from the Two Skeptical Chaps podcast, and you are listening to the most bitchin' boutique. See? That was easy, wasn't it?
Okay.
They could send us one, we could play it as.
Yeah.
Right, you do it.
Yeah.
Right,
What do you want me to say?
Whatever comes to mind.
Hi, this is Spike from the Two Skeptical Chaps podcast, who ain't no bitch, but you're listening to the Bitchin' Boutique.
Oh, that was good. I hope they use that. Let's see if they cut it and put it in their next show.
Diplomatic community.
God, is there something we haven't...
We talked
How
about
do we like
tears.
Mantis being a badass?
I love Mantis.
Calming those battery eating.
I love
that was fabulous.
that.
And I love that she took them with her.
Yeah.
They're her friends.
I love that she's going off somewhere with those things.
Because no one's going to fuck with her.
Yeah, that's
she
fabulous.
Has these big monsters with her. I love that.
And of course, there's Nathan Fillion's little cameo too.
Yeah, that was weird.
Dickhead.
The weird... Okay, I will say that the weird bio-organic planet thing where the...
Oh, yeah.
It was really disturbing with all the yellow pus that flows through it and all the... And like when you mentioned Nathan Fillion with all their weird lumpy armor and whatever... that was really, like, funny gross, but it's just like, how could people...
Oh yeah, that was weird.
Be like, it's hard to see that as a real thing. Oh, but something that I didn't think about until we were watching some, like, it was a making of or whatever, but I hadn't realized that nowhere was the skull of a celestial.
You didn't know that?
Not until we watched that making of. Like, I knew it looked like a skull, but I didn't realize that it was the skull of a celestial.
Because that was established in the very first movie.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
There's a lot of details in a lot of these movies.
I understand that.
And a lot of stuff blows by because they assume, much like Lord of the Rings movies, they assume that half the audience knows everything going in.
Yeah.
And so they just throw a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
They throw a bunch of shit in there really, really fast and just kind of gloss over it and then expect the rest of us to just catch up. Although in the case of Lord of the Rings, they just cut a bunch of stuff out and then these things weren't even talked about until the director's
But I didn't
cut.
even remember that Gamora died because I've seen the Avengers movies once.
And Infinity War, yeah.
And I was like, oh, she must have died in one of those other movies, you know. I'll go with it, you know.
Right.
I'll go with it.
Well, and they all, you know, most of them, all of them except for Nebula and Rocket got blipped when Thanos did his little blip thing.
Was the only ones that didn't.
They were the only they were the only two. So they kind of bonded in this weird way. That's why they have
For
like
5
a
years.
weird because they were the only ones there for 5 years.
Oh, okay.
So they have kind of a weird special bond because it was just the two of them hanging out for a while.
Yeah, but I loved it enough. I mean, I still knew what was going. You know what I mean? It was still good on a standalone for not somebody that wants to see all of them. You know,
Right.
So
and that's another reason why it works so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that's good about those is that all the other ones, like, you really have to see every single fucking Marvel property, like every TV show, every movie.
I don't like that.
Because I was always so like, who the fuck is that? Oh, that's a character from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If you watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you would understand this scene.
I can't
and I'm
with
like,
any of that.
I can't with you people.
Yeah.
There was, you know.
Well, didn't you like the nod to the Christmas special at the end of the movie?
Of course! I love the Christmas special. He hasn't seen it, though.
But you already know what it's about because she told you, right?
Because who told? He knows what it's about because I told him.
Yeah.
I told him all about it.
Oh, sorry, Amelia. Sorry. I'm sorry, Amelia.
Yes.
Maybe you can bleep that.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
That's gonna be a fun editing challenge. That part right there.
Oh, but you're up for it.
We can leave like 2-second break.
Yeah.
No one says anything. We can cut it.
Hi, puppy.
You're up for it. Anyway.
He's being such a good dog. And speaking of good dogs, Cosmo is such a good dog.
Oh, I was amused by that. Yes.
And the way she was so upset because he called her a bad dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got a kick out of that.
Anyone who has a dog knows you cannot ever say those words.
Yeah.
Because they know.
That was, I appreciated Cosmo. I didn't necessarily connect. What was the weird gold guy?
The weird who guy?
The weird gold guy.
Adam Warlock?
Yeah, I just totally didn't connect with that character. I was like, why is he here?
He's
totally
different in comic books.
Nonsense.
Well, that doesn't matter because we don't read the comic books.
Yeah, I was like, why is he even here?
He was one of those gold people.
Yeah.
But he was one of those gold people from one of the other movies, and why he just showed up.
The thing is, from my understanding, Adam Warlock was supposed to be like a Superman-like character.
Right.
For Marvel. Okay. He was supposed to be like the ultimate badass who could take on like Thanos when he had the Infinity Gauntlet, all that kind of stuff.
And apparently he was supposed to have the Mind Stone, but the MCU gave it to Vision.
Yeah.
So that took away some of
that character, I was just lost on that character. I was just like, and why is he here?
And
he looks stupid.
And he really wasn't during the course of the
movie. And he looks stupid.
He was a mama's boy.
What are you doing, Spy? Hi, puppy.
Hi, boy.
Did you find the Oreos?
Yeah, you can't have that.
He's just like, I sense that there's cheese somewhere nearby. Because
I really like the Kraglin stuff, too. Him still trying to learn how to use the arrow.
Oh my God, I love him. I absolutely love him. Pitney is petting my dog.
And Sean Gunn just does him perfect to a T.
Oh my goodness, that was so sweet. He wasn't having it, but he was very
I was
gentle.
gentle.
Good boy. That's a good boy.
Anyway.
But yeah, I really liked Kraglin.
Kraglin's awesome.
And then he just is like, do you need me to do this?
Yeah, I definitely want to go see it again. I want to see it again. But I'll buy it.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
I'm not going to go see it in the theater again.
Yeah.
But
it'll have excellent making ofs.
Yep.
Because we've already seen some good making ofs.
So,
we love a good making
Yes,
of.
we do. Amelia, it's a making of.
It's a making of. Thanks for listening. If you enjoy our show, please take a moment to rate and review us wherever you listen.
If you send us a screenshot of your review, we'll send you a Bitchen Boutique sticker.
Everyone loves stickers. Please subscribe or add us to your favorites wherever you get your podcasts.
Subscribers get new episodes first and are also more attractive.
Drop us a line anytime at PitneyAndAmelia@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Although this is the first movie that's introducing the new TV characters into the cinematic.
Yeah.
arena.
That's true.
That's the only thing that's interesting.
I was thinking get Jen in there too. That'd be fun.
But anyway, we're way off topic.
Yeah, we are.
Are we done with Guardians?
Are we done?
I don't know. Guardians, I don't know.
Oh, can we?
It's the best origin story for a Marvel movie.
Okay.
I will say that. But go ahead.
Oh, okay.
What?
Well, every time we started talking about something, we went around. Well, we never follow any.
I know.
I mean, tangents is our.
I know
jam.
that. Yeah.
That is how we do.